Welcome back, everyone. And before we begin this segment of the program, let's take our political puzzle for this week. And the question is, after Nigeria's independence of 1960, who was the first Senate president? When was the election that brought him into the National Assembly? And from which political party did he run or emerge? Send your answers to politicstoday@channelstv.com. Let's begin this segment focusing on the CJN and the allegations against him. Since over a week now that the news of the planned trial of the Chief Justice of Nigeria broke, there have been several debates over the actions and the role of the federal government, the procedures and the precedents in the Justice Njangiwa versus federal government case. So tonight, a counsel in that case is our guest, and he will be sharing his perspectives on the legality and the politics of the case against this Chief Justice of Nigeria, who is perhaps the chairman of Nigeria's judiciary, Justice Walter Onnoghen. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Chief Robert Clarke, joins us on the program. Thank you so much, Chief Clarke, for coming on the program.
Always my pleasure.
Maybe I should get your immediate reaction to what former President Obasanjo, a short one though, said about the present administration. He said issues of impunity. He raised issues of impartiality, that he cannot trust that the umpire will do its job. What are your thoughts about the criticism coming from the former president?
Sheung, I am sorry to say that I'm not a politician. Those statements are political statements. And I don't think I am in a proper position to comment on political matters that have no legal implications. So I comment on political matters that have legal implications. The statement of Obasanjo is purely a political statement.
I'll then leave you out of it then. So let's move to the Chief Justice of Nigeria's planned arraignment at the CCT. Your immediate reaction to it?
Well, there are two sides to this saga that is playing out. There is the legal side of it, and also there is the political side of it. The legal side of it is that one will not think that the federal government or the Attorney General is naive not to know the position of the law as of today before arraigning Onnoghen before the CC tribunal. The law is clear today, and fortunately, I, Robert Clarke, brought this matter to the Lagos High Court. It was rejected, and I took it to the Court of Appeal. And Court of Appeal has made a profound finding as to the due process to be taken when you want to arraign a sitting judge. The law is that the executive cannot and should not carry a judge who is still wearing that toga of a judge direct from his chambers straight to the court or tribunal without following due process. And what is the due process? It says, being a judicial officer, the Constitution has said that the only person or organization that can question a sitting judge for any misconduct, and misconduct has been defined to include fallacious acts, that before you can do that, you must report him first to his peers. That is the National Judicial Council that looks after misconduct of judges. Until that aspect is done, and until it is found guilty, after that, and after he had been derobed as a judge, can you take him to any court or tribunal? So the Attorney General knows, because this case is now the Supreme Court, and the federal government is challenging me on that case. So they know, and one will not say that they don't know that going down to where they have now gone to take Onnoghen is an exercise in futility. They know it.
So they erred on the side of law?
They never erred. And that is where the politics of the matter comes in. You see, having known...
Sorry. So we get it clear. You said the procedure was not followed.
No, I'm saying...
To have taken the CGN to CCT? Because you said they should have taken him to the NJC.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, did the federal government err in that decision to have taken him to CCT, legally speaking?
Well, they erred, I would say. But there's a method in the erring. And that is where the politics of the matter comes in. You see, there is no other way the federal government can make you and I know that a judge has so many accounts, has so much money in those accounts, and has been operating those accounts. So the only way, I believe politically, that they can bring this out to us is to follow this route that they have followed.
So is it a right route?
It is not.
Is it a lawful route?
But there's a method. There's a method in going through that route, because they know they are not going to get success. But they still want to inform you and I and the public that this is the rot in the Supreme Court. You and I must know.
Is there a rot in the Supreme Court?
Definitely.